Alright, so I am back, and today we are going to be taking a look at some Marvel Legends Spider-Man figures. And the reason why we're going to be doing this is because the plan is, first off, I'm going to decide which one I like the best for my shelf. And then I'm going to pick one of these Spider-Man to be the size scale for Legends figure, or Marvel Legends figures. So this is going to take a few minutes to get through everything, but we will get there. Now, I'm going to use Spider-Man for one, and then the Hulk for the other. So there will be two size comparisons. And I'm not planning on changing my entire review station over to Marvel Legends. I'm going to review the ones I have. There's a few choice ones that I want to get, and try and stay on top of the lines. But for the most part, I'm sticking with Transformers. There's some characters I would like to get, like the 90s cartoon X-Men team. I would love to have the full set of them. And I'm actually kind of close right now. So anyway, Spider-Man. We're going to start off with Spider-Man. And I love Spider-Man. I always have loved Spider-Man. Huge fan. So we're going to start off with this guy, because this isn't an actually Marvel Legends figure. This is a just old school Spider-Man. Before Marvel Legends came along, they were a 5-inch toy line. So as you can see, he doesn't stand as tall as the Marvel Legends guys. Yeah. Alright, whatever. So I'm already going to rule him out. But we're going to review this guy real quick and give him a rating. So his head rotates side to side. That's it. He's got, he squeezes legs. His gimmick is that. He's got some holes cut into his hands so he can hold certain things. Not the most ideal, but the arms do rotate around. They're on ratchets. So in and out. Leg moves up, bends at the knee, and then he's got a bit of an ankle tilt. For his time, this was an incredibly posable Spider-Man figure, and I loved it when I was a kid. This was the closest thing to a regular Spider-Man I had. I'm gonna move this camera down a little bit, and there we go. Zoom in a little bit. There we go. So. Anyway, he's a pretty good figure. I do like him if you are in this size scale. Marvel Legends are not in this size scale, so he has no purpose being here. So, sadly, he's out. Next one we're going to look at is another instant out, because this isn't a classic Spider-Man. He's going to end up on my shelf no matter what, because I like the black suited storyline. Posability. You can see, well, first off, let's talk about the figure itself. He is a matte black. I don't know how well it's showing up, but he's almost got like a dark blue tint to him here and there, which is really, really nice. This is a Hasbro figure. The rest of these are, for the most part, Toy Biz, I believe. There's a huge difference between Hasbro and Toy Biz when it comes to their figures. I'm just going to move these guys out of the way so we're only focusing on the one. But anyway, Toy Biz did an excellent job. Hasbro does a good job. Toy Biz did an excellent job. This is Hasbro, so it's actually really good job here. So posability, his head is on it's got a hinge here, and I believe a ball joint at the head, so he looks around. Oh, that other Spider-Man, I'm going to give him, I'm not going to rate him because he's not part of Marvel Legends, so I'm just not going to rate him. He's got these pec swivels with the back, just kind of swivels out back and forth so you can get more posability out of the arms, which is nice. I think that works pretty well for a Spider-Man figure. The shoulder is on a double hinge, so you get the up and down, in and out. There is a bicep swivel, double bend elbow, There's a wrist swivel, or I guess forearm swivel right here. The wrist also swivels, so that's redundant. I hate it when they're redundant like that. And then the hand is on a hinge. Almost feels like a ratchet in there. He's got a ratcheted torso. If you go too far, then it starts breaking up. So right there is as far as I would recommend it. And then you can go all the way back, like so. Waist swivel. Hips are on tight joints that go up and down. Swivels in and out. You can hear the ratchet there. Thigh swivel, double bend elbow, or double bend knee. He's got a shin swivel, which is alright, but he's also got the foot swivel. So again, it's redundant. And then the heel does rotate. All in all, I really like this Spider-Man. My only gripe with this particular black suited Spider-Man is his neck. His neck is really, really wide. I don't know if it's maybe just the coloration of the set or whatnot, but it's just he's got a really big neck for his head. Or maybe his head's too small. I don't know. But it is a little off-putting, and it is noticeable. So because of that, I'm going to give him an 8 out of 10. Other than that, I think he's a great figure, and I highly recommend picking him up. I don't know if he came with accessories. I don't know if any of these Spider-Man came with accessories. This one did not. Or as I got him, I did not have any accessories. So, but yeah, he's out of the display category because he's the black suited Spider-Man, and I like him, and he's going on my shelf. Next one we're going to look at is, we'll do Spider-Man 2099. Now, I believe this one came with like a display shelf and probably the little cape that he was supposed to have. And his joints are a little loose because he is one of the first of the Marvel Legends. Before they were even Marvel Legends, they were Spider-Man Classics. He was part of the first set. KB Toy Store exclusive, him and the Scarlet Spider. But anyway, so he's this nice light blue. He's got this cool red painting like in the cartoon or in the comic. And then there you go. You can see it. He's got this ink wash that kind of just makes him just look a little bit less of a toy and more realistic, which is really nice. Posability, his head is on a ball joint here. Get you around. Almost like the neck is on its own hinge, but it almost. You can see like where the separation is, but it doesn't quite bend. So you get a little side to side, up and down, all the way around. No issues there. Shoulders are on. It's a swivel on the inside and a hinge here at the shoulder. Double bend elbow. Forearm swivel. But no wrist swivel, so that's not redundant. Wrist hinges. And then his fingers are actually articulated so you can get the the web shooting look going. He's got a diaphragm ball joint, it looks like. So gets a good range of motion there. Waist swivel. Hips are on double hinges. So up and down, in, out. Thigh swivel. It's a little loose, but that's probably because of the age. Double bend knee. He's got the shin swivel, foot rocker, and then the toe pivots. He's got pretty much every articulation that you need, and which is good. Which is really nice about him is the fact that he does compress down like Spider-Man does. You can have him standing straight up, or you can compress him all the way down to be a little bit lower to the ground and stuff. So that's nice. All in all, I want to give him a 10, but I'm going to give him a 9 because of the joints. I don't know, because of his age, that's probably why he's a little loose, but he still stands, and he's out of my running for the comparisons because he's Spider-Man 2099. He's not Spider-Man, so he's going to be on my shelf too. All right, next one. Metal Spider-Man thing. Okay, so this thing has got more issues than I even know where to start with. You can see the feet are cut in a way that they're not straight, so he can't stand. He can't stand. And this was Toy Biz. That's sad. But this was part of one of those sublines that you can kind of substitute into Marvel Legends, but sometimes they suffer. For example, the giant arm here, which doubles as a missile launcher. I don't have the missile, but you get the idea. That's what it would do, shoot a missile. So no opposability on the arm except for one swivel. Head is on a hinge up and down, rotates around. Shoulder up and down and out. Bicep swivel, double bend elbow on this side. Wrist hinges in like that. He's got a waist swivel. His legs only can go up like that, and then his knees can bend about there, and he's got the ankle tilt there. So all in all, I mean, he doesn't have the posability of a Marvel Legends figure, so he has no place to be in here. So I'm going to give him a 2 out of 10. I don't like him. I never will like him. I'm not going to throw him away or anything, but I will not be using him for display or anything. So, getting him out of the way. Alright, next up, we'll do Metallic Blue Spider. So, here we got a Metallic Blue Spider-Man. It's actually pretty nice looking Spider-Man. My issues with him are the legs and arms, and we'll show that off. But yeah, he would have benefited from more of a defined ink wash, because you can see like the spider here is not painted, it's sculpted in, but if you would just go in with like a black ink wash, that will fill that up pretty nicely. I mean, he's got an ink wash on him, it's just they didn't focus it enough right there. My main problems with him are, you can see the cut in the arm from the glove to the arm isn't lined up properly. So it's like they don't belong together. You can see there. And you can try and rotate it to try and make it look right, but then you get another piece over here. It's not the right arm for this figure. The same goes with the boots. You can see right here on this side, and you can try and rotate it, but it doesn't help. So that's my problem with him. He does look nice though. I like the metallic blue. I'm not quite sure I get the reference of the metallic blue, but I do like it. It looks cool. Posability, his head is on a swivel. No ball joint. That's very unfortunate. Shoulders rotate up and down. In and out. There is a bicep swivel. Double bend elbow. The forearm rotates. He's got a wrist swivel. And then the fingers can open and close. He's got very tiny, tiny little hands. Waist swivel. He's got the ab crunch going all the way back. Wrists or legs, double hinges, so up and down, in and out. Thigh swivel. Double bend elbow or double bend knee. Boot swivel. Foot rocker. Does it go? It does go in and out a little bit, and then the toe pivots. So right now, given the other figures we've looked at, he's now in a front runner for my comparison. But all in all, I'm going to give him a 6 out of 10. I think he's pretty cool. The blue is nice, while not quite understanding. I think they could have done it a little bit better with the ink wash. Hands could have been bigger. They could have matched the design of the figure from arm to wrist, from leg to thigh, or shin. So I'm going to set him over here because he's now he's not good enough for my display shelf, but he might be good enough for size comparisons. Next one we'll look at is this Spider-Man. And this is a really nice looking Spider-Man. So it's kind of a classics look, red, blue. He's got the big white eyes. The spider webbing is painted on, not sculpted in, which is a little unfortunate. But yeah, classic looking Spider-Man. And it looks like these were painted at one point, but the paint's chipped off because of the way the cut works. But yeah, he feels like a good Spider-Man. Head swivel side to side, up and down. Shoulders go all the way around, in and out. It looks like he's got the same cuts like the black suited Spider-Man have, but they don't work. They don't move. So I don't know if that's just they were going to do it and they gave up, or maybe the paint on there is so stuck in there that it won't rotate. I'm not going to force it though. Bicep swivel, double bend elbow. He swivels at the glove. Hand opens and closes. And then he's got individually articulated fingers here that give him the little, web spinning action. Waist swivel, ab crunch. I wish it was a ratcheted ab crunch. That'd be my one wish right there. Hips go up and down, in and out, a little bit of ratchet in there. Biceps or thigh swivel, double bend knee, and boot swivel. Foot rocker goes up and down, and then the toe pivots. So, very posable Spider-Man. It's got a few issues, primarily in the paint department and the sculpt department. I like the sculpted spider webs. I really, really like that. I think it really sets the figure off, and we'll show that off here in a minute. But all in all, I really like this figure, and he is in my front runner for my Spider-Man on my display shelf. Next Spider-Man, we'll do the movie Spider-Man. So this is from the Sam Raimi movies, obviously. He's pretty cool. He does definitely look like that Spider-Man. I thought the blues were a little bit bluer in the movie, but not bad. It's got the scale detail going on here. Head is on a double swivel, or on a swivel. Goes up and down. He all around, he looks really nice. I really like this Spider-Man. If you like the original movie, you'll like this figure. He's got this little bit of a shoulder hinge right there, that when you pull it out, that kind of comes out. And then you can pull the arms all the way out, and it actually looks pretty natural. So that's actually pretty cool. So we got that comes out. Shoulder rotates, swivels up and down. Bicep swivel. Bends at the elbow. He's got a wrist cut right there that I didn't even notice until I started moving the wrist, so it's actually hidden pretty well. Wrist hinges, fingers open and close. He's got the waist articulation, or the ab crunch thing going on, and it is sculpted all the way up. That is super nice. That is really, really awesome. And these spider legs are also sculpted all the way up. So it kind of breaks up the aesthetic there, but here looks fine. Got a waist swivel, a little loose, but that might be the age of the figure. Thigh up and down, in and out. You got the rotation here, and it's cut in a way that it looks pretty nice. Double bend knees. Wish these were a little bit stiffer. Again, age. He's got the boot swivel. The foot goes up and down. No ankle tilt, and then the bend at the toe. So yeah, he's actually really good. I'm very impressed. If you are wanting a movie collection Spider-Man, this is definitely the one to get. I don't know which version it is. I think it's the superposable one from the first movie. That's my best guess. But I'm gonna give him a 10 for being what he is. I really like him, and he is now going to replace Metallic Blue Spider-Man as my comparison Spider-Man. So he's now in the front runner for that slot. Next one, we've got Classic Suit Spider-Man. This is the original design for Spider-Man from the very original comic books that he was in. So it's black. It's got a little bit of a wash in there, so it's almost like a dark charcoal going on. Looks really good. He's got this cape thing, which, bends and moves, whatever. I'm gonna remove it right now because I do not like it. That is not my cup of tea. All right. Got a little bit of a string going on back here. Let's see if I can cut that out here. There we go. All right. So let's talk about Spider-Man here. Again, this is a Toy Biz figure, and he's got the sculpted in webs, which is nice. I really like the sculpted in webs. Head up and down, left and right, all the way around. It's like that. He's got the same little shoulder joints that the movie Spider-Man have, so it just moves out just enough to make a little bit of a difference. Shoulders rotate up and down, rotate all the way around, bicep swivel, double bend elbow, wrist swivel, hand bends around. Each finger is individually articulated. Now this is cool, but at the same time you can see like that really looks a little unsettling right there, the way that's designed. So I would see, even there that looks a little funky. So I would just kind of try and not mess with those hands too much, because those hands are ugly. He's got ab crunch. He's got the sculpted in detail that goes all the way, but his ab crunch goes from here to here. And, you can try and bend it back further. It goes back further, but then it just kind of goes back into place. So here to here, that's what you get for the ab crunch. Waist swivel, hips, ratchets up and down. There is a hinge there. Bicep or thigh swivel, double bend knee, boot swivel, a little bit of an ankle rocker, a little bit. Foot rotates. And then there is a toe pivot. All in all, I really like him. I almost would give it to him for comparisons. He's not the right Spider-Man for me for my display shelf. But he's a pretty good Spider-Man. If you like this version of Spider-Man, then this is the one to get. I believe this was the Sentinel series, maybe? Don't quote me on that one, though. But yeah, he's pretty cool. I like him. I'm going to give him an 8 out of 10. I think the ab crunch could have been done a little bit better, and those hands are just ugly. So sadly, I don't have a place for him in the collection at the moment, so he's going to go with the other Spider-Man. So, and the last one is the very first Spider-Man of the Marvel Legends, or Spider-Man Classics, if you will. And I love the way this figure looks. That's my problem. He can't stand. His joints are loose to the point where he cannot stand. I'm going to try and tighten them because this is the one I want on my display shelf, to be completely honest. He's got the sculpted in webs. He's got the ink wash to darken up the spots here. And they did the ink wash just right so he doesn't miss any of the webbing on his suit, which is really nice. Posability, his head is on a little bit of a rocker. A little bit of a ball joint right here, I believe. Oh, I can't. Yeah, I think, yeah, it's a big ball joint, actually. Neck swivels, and that, I think that's on a ball joint as well. Shoulders up and down, up and down and out. Could have used a little bit more articulation there in comparison to some of the other Spider-Man we were just looking at. Double bend elbow. He's got the wrist swivel. Hands move up and down. Fingers do the classic Spider-Man pose. Diaphragm rotation going on. Waist swivel, which you can see here, it's just too loose. Hips go up and down, in and out. Thigh swivel, double bend elbow, or knee, sorry, I keep saying that. Boot swivel, foot rotates, no rocker there, and the toe pivots. But this is like classics 90s Spider-Man, like Maximum Carnage era looking Spider-Man. That's the problem I have with him, though. He can't stand. His joints are so loose that he's unworkable. I'm gonna like I said, I'm gonna try and tighten him up, but it's really hard when you can't take it apart. So all in all, I'm not gonna give this one a rating because I think he would get top rating if it wasn't for the looseness, but that's probably because of the age. This is essentially the same mold as this Spider-Man 2099. But this one probably wasn't played with as much as this guy was. So I don't want to give him a good rating because I don't want to give something a good rating when they shouldn't deserve it, or give it a bad rating when they don't deserve it, because this guy has some playware. So I'm not going to rate it because of the playware. So if I get another version of this one, I will relook at it. So, all in all, we got this Spider-Man. Again, I'm not entirely sure what series it's from, or who made it. Let's see. Is this Toy Biz? Toy Biz 2008. So it's probably one of the Spider-Man series. I don't think it was Marvel Legends, actually. So he's going to be on my display shelf. He's going to be the one that we're going to be using for size comparisons. Problem with these superposable figures is that once those joints loosen up. They're pretty much done. And then the other 2099 will be on my display shelf, and so will the black suited Spider-Man. So that's the assessment. There we go. I hope you enjoyed that.